All right, so yeah, this should be an interesting one. I know one that's going to be on your list for sure. That's been on several of your other lists, most likely. Uh,
Maybe not.
well, maybe not. Okay, we'll see. Uh, I think you started last week. Should I start this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so my number five is you're gonna laugh. Take the money and run. The the Woody Allen. I always got to have a Woody Allen on my
All
list,
right.
and I know I had this on my '60s list as well. But it's one of the best early Allen movies, and as far as it does count as a heist movie because he robs multiple banks and gets in and out of jail. One of my favorite moments is when he robs the bank with a bar of soap that's carved into a gun, but then it's raining, so it foams up outside. and and then he's also planning a heist towards the end of the movie, but of course, very ineptly and lots of humor throughout the movie. So I know it's not on your list, but
You can
yeah.
bet on it.
Okay. All right. Well, what's your number five?
My number five is the original Thomas Crown Affair, 1968.
Interesting. Okay.
And where's my time? So it's, Jesus Christ. I know Faye Dunaway is in it. I can't remember now.
Who's the main role?
Yeah.
I know nothing about it.
I just drew a blank. That's not good.
I'll insert the Jeopardy theme music here.
Oh, Steve McQueen. Jesus Christ.
Very nice. Very nice. Okay.
Oh, God, I don't believe it. So anyway.
So you like the original better than the new version?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
In this version, Thomas Crown is wealthy.
Uh-huh.
And he coordinates the bank heist. He doesn't participate in the bank heist.
Okay.
So he just picks up the money. So on the last heist, an insurance company representative, which was who I say, my brain is gone tonight. This is going to be good.
McQueen?
No, Faye Dunaway.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she's the adjuster. I'm going to leave this page out.
Yeah, good idea.
And so they eventually get romantic.
Mm-hmm.
And the best part of this movie is the famous kiss scene.
Okay.
Where like the camera is like revolving around them.
Mm.
And it's recorded as the longest kiss in movie films.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it was like really a long kiss. I mean, it seemed like it was going on forever, but it was probably like a minute and a half or something like that.
Wow.
And then it was the music and like the camera just going around like they were almost like dancing type thing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have to at least Google that scene.
That was one of the movies when I was working in the movie theaters that it was constantly on.
Okay, cool. Well, good choice. All right. Well, my number 4 is Out of Sight from, I believe it was 1998. George Clooney and Jennifer Lopez are the two main roles, directed by Steven Soderbergh. Have you seen this?
What was it?
Out of Sight.
No, I don't remember it.
It's more of like a kind of like a cat and mouse between Clooney and Lopez. Plays a cop that's chasing him, but then they have this chemistry. That's what makes the movie cool. Is like they're into each other, but she's chasing him also, and he's kind of in and out of jail. Ving Rhames is his sidekick. There's a lot of other really great people in the movie, like Don Cheadle. And so it ends up towards the end of the movie, there's like multiple groups trying to do this jewelry heist. That the jewels are, I think they're in like a fish tank or something like that in somebody's house. But yeah, it's just a really cool movie, especially the way that it was directed, very stylistically, and the chemistry between Clooney and Lopez is great. I guess like one of the, you would remember this if you had seen it. They're both in the trunk of a car together for a while, and like it starts out where he put her in there, but he also gets in there, and Ving Rhames is driving him, and it's real. They're just giving each other a hard time, but then towards the end of it, you can tell they like each other, and then it goes from there. So you obviously you haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
I did not see that movie.
Okay, yeah, I think you would like it.
Even with my memory as cloudy as it is today, I
Yeah,
can pretty much say that it's not. I've never seen that movie.
yeah, you would like it. I think it's kind of a cute movie. Dennis Farina plays Lopez's father. Michael Keaton has a cameo in it. It's a cool movie. So what's your number 4?
My number 4 is one of my all-time favorite movies,
Okay.
Kelly's Heroes, 1970.
All right. I was wondering when this would make one of your lists.
So a lot of good people in this movie: Clint Eastwood, Telly Savalas, Donald Sutherland, Carol O'Connor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the list goes on. So the story starts out, Eastwood captured this German officer, and he's carrying a bar of gold. So Kelly's Eastwood is interrogating to find out where the gold was.
Right.
So he goes back and starts recruiting soldiers to go with him to get the gold. The only problem is the gold is behind German lines,
right.
and it's in a bank.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember you showed me this movie a long time ago. I've only seen it the one time, but yeah, it's bringing back memories of the plot.
Yeah,
I remember Sutherland was especially funny in this, though.
Yeah, and Rickles. Don
Yes,
Rickles
yes, of course.
I left Rickles out there, but yeah, and there's a lot of funny parts, especially with Sutherland and Rickles, and even with Carol O'Connor.
Yeah,
it's like Eastwood and Telly Savalas are the straight men in the movie,
right.
And like everybody is like whacked some way or another.
Yeah,
they're like crazy.
So
this crazy tank commander.
It's worth mentioning that Telly Savalas, like, I don't know, it's weird. Like, he seemed to be in a lot of stuff around that period, and he was really great in everything he was in. And then all of a sudden he was just like in commercials, and then that was it. Like, where did he go? But
he's been in a couple of movies.
Yeah. But he was great though in that, and
he
was a Bond villain once.
After that, he was playing like more straight movies.
Right.
So he was in like a lot of spy movies.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Right. Very good. Okay, good choice there. So my number 3 is Ocean's 11.
I had that. It's higher.
Okay. And it is the Clooney version, right? The newer one?
Yes, not the Sinatra version.
Right. So I was almost hesitant to put this and Out of Sight on my list because they're both directed by Steven Soderbergh. But you had to have this on your list. I mean, just the cast alone. Uh, I mean, Clooney, Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Don Cheadle again. The list goes on and on. Of course, you had Julia Roberts in there and Andy Garcia as the main nemesis in this one. But as a heist film, especially, it's really cool the intricacies of how they have to rob the casino, them putting the little Asian guy in the thing and he has to like flip out of it and stuff. And then there's a lot of twists and turns to it too towards the end of the movie, but really cool. And it's a great kind of fun Vegas movie on top of that. So
Yeah,
there's
it was really cool, the movie and stuff like that.
yeah,
You know, I mean, the greatest heist of all, right? Robbing
yeah,
a casino. I
yeah,
mean, not
exactly,
even a bank. I mean, a casino. You know,
exactly.
you're talking mob. You know,
Exactly. Oh, and Carl Reiner was really good in that too. Doing the Russian accent or whatever. He was kind of part of the team as well.
yeah. I mean, everybody in that movie was great. It
Yeah,
was, they 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 really picked the actors
yeah,
really well in that movie, and it
yeah,
made two sequels.
yeah, yeah. And the second one definitely wasn't as good. And then the third one I thought kind of came back a little bit with Pacino as the lead in it, the lead bad guy. But
Of
yeah,
course, Pacino.
yeah, of course. But they all had fun in the movie. You can tell, like Brad Pitt's character is always eating something in every scene for no apparent reason, and just like all kinds of stuff that if you look for it, it makes it even more fun for repeat viewing. So yeah, cool. Okay, so what's your number three?
My number three is The Town.
Oh, okay. Ben Affleck movie, right?
Yeah,
I haven't
Ben
seen
Affleck,
it.
yes, right. Ben Affleck as the actor and Ben Affleck as the director.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen this, but
no,
I'll check it out.
this is like a really good movie.
Yeah.
And again, it's like a love interest. You know, like it turns out that they made a mistake in the last robbery, and they wanted to make sure that the girl didn't recognize anybody in the movie. So
Mhm.
after in the robbery, so then Affleck uh, is like stalking her,
Yeah.
and then then makes conversation with her, winds up going out with her and stuff like that. But it was a couple of robberies that they did, and then he had one last big robbery.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, so it was really good, and they were dressed up as nuns at one point.
Right. I've seen like I think I've seen the preview at least for it. And
Yeah,
for some reason I just never caught it, but I'll
yeah,
have to add that
I've
to my
seen the
list.
movie probably at least three times. It's like really good, and obviously the movie I think takes place in Boston.
Okay. Isn't
Actually, it does take place in Boston.
isn't the guy from Mad Men in that movie as well? Can never remember his name.
I never watched Mad Men, so I'm not sure. Like
Okay.
who?
All right. Yeah, I can't remember his name, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, okay. So I knew you would look it up anyway.
No, yeah, I didn't look it up.
Oh, okay. All right. So my number two is Sneakers.
Oh wow, I haven't seen that in ages.
Yeah. It counts as a heist movie because they're stealing information, basically,
Well,
that
that's true.
that is very
Actually,
valuable.
actually, in one of my honorable mentions, it's
Ah,
a, it's a weird heist movie also.
okay. All right. But yeah, I love this movie when it came out, and anytime it comes on, I watch it because it's just such a fun movie. Robert Redford is great in this. Sidney Poitier, another all-star cast. Dan Aykroyd, River Phoenix, and all the characters like have their own little quirks. There's the blind guy who can listen to things and figure stuff out by hearing it. And then they're searching for that chip that Ben Kingsley, his nemesis, has in his place, and they have to kind of orchestrate a very interesting heist where they have to change the temperature of the room and all this stuff to go in and get it, and walk very slowly and all that. It's a really cool movie, and it has some really kind of dark moments too. Like there's the part where he's in the car and they pull him out and they murder the guy in front of him and try to pin it on him, and they're messing with his past identity and all this stuff. James Earl Jones even has a cool cameo. So yeah, great movie. So
cool. At least you picked a Robert Redford movie. That's fine.
Yeah. So have you don't have a Redford movie on your list?
No, I do not have a Robert.
What? So wait, you didn't put The Sting on your list?
No, I did not put The Sting on my list.
That's very interesting. Just because you've listed it a few times?
Well, the thing is, the Sting wasn't really a heist. It was a Sting. So
okay.
I made a fine line there. Plus, since I already said it one time before, I tried to keep duplicates off. Otherwise, people watching, these little vlogs, they keep hearing the same movies over and over again.
Right. Yeah, there's a movie that I had to fight myself to take off of the list as well. I'll mention it later, but because it's like, okay, is it technically a heist movie or not? But anyway, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is Inside Man.
Another one I have not seen.
Oh, you got to see this one.
Denzel Washington, right?
Yeah, Denzel Washington, Clive Owen, rather.
Yeah.
German things coming out.
Yeah.
And Jodie Foster is in the movie, and it was directed by Spike Lee.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Kind of a different style movie for him.
Yeah.
Well, he does a lot of different styles anyway, it seems like. But yeah.
So they go into this bank, right?
Yeah.
And they make the people in the bank wear these overalls, so everybody's the same. They separate them and all this other stuff. And Washington is the guy that tries to find out what they want.
Okay.
But this was like a heist almost within a heist type of movie.
Cool.
And Jodie Foster, the guy that owns the banks, right, doesn't want them to find something.
Yeah.
So he hires Jodie Foster as another person to talk to, Clive Owen,
right,
about negotiating a way for them not to steal this particular thing.
Okay.
That they're trying to get.
Interesting.
So they make a separate deal.
Right.
Why Washington, and like the bandits let her into the bank, and all this other stuff. So it's like really, really, really good, which is why
I don't know how I missed this one because Denzel is one of my favorite actors, period. And but yeah,
but it's like a little like, but not like. But I mean, what is that movie that was just recently on not a movie but a series. There was this one on Netflix. What was it called?
Oh, Money Heist.
Yeah, Money Heist. So
Yeah,
we're made the people in the bank wearing the same clothes
the
and stuff
mask
like
and
that.
all that. Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
right,
right.
exactly. So
Okay.
they probably stole it from this movie.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it seemed like Money Heist actually stole from a lot of the best heist movies to
Right.
make that series. But
Yeah.
yeah,
And then Owen, the bad guy, tells Washington that Washington says, "Well, how do you expect you know to get out of this?" And Owen goes to him, "I'm just going to walk out right past you."
nice, cool.
And you got to watch the movie to find out how it's done.
All right, all right. I'll definitely I will add that one to my watch list for sure. So I know your number one now
Yes,
is Ocean's 11. So my number one is Heat.
yeah, that's on my other list. Yeah,
Honorable mentions, yeah.
honorable mention. Yeah,
Yeah, I love this movie. Even for how long it is, I'm not sure it's quite 3 hours, but it's probably pushing it. And it's a little bit of like a slow burn leading up to the heist. But when the heist happens, it's like one of the craziest scenes ever in movies. Like when they realize that the cops are right on them, they just start shooting each other with machine guns in the street. Like I don't even know. I don't think they could pull this off nowadays with how much probably had to do practically to shut down. I believe it was all filmed in Los Angeles. Um, but hey, De Niro versus Pacino. Come on, man. One of the best, and the iconic scene where they go and have a cup of coffee and just talk in the restaurant.
yeah,
It's great. I mean, two of the best actors ever at the kind of at the peak of their powers, basically. And then on top of that, you got Val Kilmer in a supporting role. He's really cool in the movie. Just tons of people. Danny Trejo. Um, it's just Michael Mann directed it. I would say it's probably his best. Really kind of captures the kind of feel of the city, Los Angeles. It seems like, and the relationships too that Pacino. They're almost like two sides of the same coin. Like he has marital issues because he's always out chasing the bad guy, and then De Niro, he's ready to. I can't remember the line, but it's something like the discipline is you got to walk away from anything that in 30 seconds flat you can feel the heat coming around the corner or something like that. So he's ready to leave his girl at any time. And yeah, just a great film. So that is my number one. So we only have one in common on this
that's
one. So
right.
this is going to be fun. So obviously Ocean's 11 is number one.
Yes.
So which I'm good with that for sure. Oh, before we put this together, so the one that I was debating myself on, and I actually asked Mark about this, a lifeline, because I was like, I'm looking at all these other people's heist lists, and this one keeps coming to my mind, but I'm not seeing it on anyone else's list, so I guess no one counts it as a heist movie. But Die Hard, and it's
Oh
because
yeah,
I guess
Diane.
it's because it's the villains that are doing the heisting, but at the same time, I mean, there's a gray area there because I mean, in Heat, De Niro is technically like the bad guy, but I guess
Right.
it's because you could look at him with sympathy or something, whereas Hans Gruber is just very much the bad guy in Die Hard. So I thought I would at least shout out as an honorable mention because if it did count, I would have it and have it high on my list.
Yeah, I forgot all about Die Hard.
Right. Yeah.
But it was a
So
heist. Maybe it was because it was a heist that failed.
right, that too.
Yeah.
So so anyway, so I guess if we do this as far as what's next on our list, Heat was my 1, so we could put that at 2. And then now it's between our 2s, Sneakers versus Inside Man. Um, should we do a letterboxed on this?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. Let's see. Sneakers. It has a 3.5. I have a feeling this will be close. Inside Man has a 3.6.
By 1 point.
So you got number 3. So I'll put Sneakers at 4.
Okay.
And then, so you got The Town at 3. So I'll give you The Town at 5 because Ocean's 11 was my 3.
Okay.
So that's a good list there.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of movies from the 90s and on forward there. So not bad. All right. Do you have any other honorable mentions that made yours?
Yeah, just a few. Now You See Me 1 and 2.
Okay.
Tower Heist.
Mm-hmm.
Inception was that weird one I talked about because it was dreams that
Right.
they were stealing.
Yeah.
Oceans 12 and 13
Right.
and 8.
Yes. We know your feelings on 8. Yeah.
One of the Fast movies, Fast 5.
Okay.
The Italian Job.
Uh-huh.
Baby Driver.
Oh, yeah. Baby Driver was good. Yeah.
Heat, what you said. Point Break.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Good one.
Hell or High Water.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That was a good one, too.
Yeah. Reservoir Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Lucky.
Okay. Haven't seen it.
Jackie Brown, which was another movie which said.
Yeah, I was going to mention that as honorable, too.
A Fish Called Wanda.
Yeah. That's a good one.
There's probably a lot of others.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I remember a Sean Connery movie with like 2 towers. I can't remember the name of it offhand.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but yeah, those are good ones to mention too. Dog Day Afternoon, which we mentioned last week, is another one. And
The Great Train Robbery.
Yeah.
Another old movie. Sutherland was in that. With Connery.
Another recent one, another Robert Redford, is The Old Man and the Gun. I really like that one.
Yeah, I never saw that one.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it says it is. It's him robbing banks at his senior age, but you would think it would be more humorous, but it plays it pretty straight actually. Casey Affleck is in it and Sissy Spacek. So it's a really good one too.
Okay, yeah. If I run across, I remember running across it. You know, when I was looking for movies to watch and stuff. If I can find it again, I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's a good one. So all right, so let's read the official list here. The top 5 heist movies. At number 5, The Town. At number 4, Sneakers. At number 3, Inside Man. At number 2, Heat. And at number 1, Ocean's 11. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really good 1 and 2 because I think either one of them could reverse.
Yeah, definitely. I like it. All right, cool. So next week, what did I have on the calendar here? We could either move on to 1976 or we could wait till the following week. Or what I had was Bill Murray because he's got a new movie coming out.
Okay, well, I was thinking about doing, since it's October,
Mm-hmm.
and we talked about doing Halloween movies.
Yes.
But because there's all these different kinds of Halloween movies,
Mm-hmm.
that maybe we do a different genre of Halloween movies all the way up to Halloween
Interesting. We
instead of
could.
doing, you know, all of them in one shot.
Yeah, because horror is a pretty wide genre. I
Yeah,
was
you got slasher movies, you got ghost movies, you got you even have children, you know, horror movies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of different ones. One of the ones that I was also thinking that to narrow it down that could be interesting because there's so many now is Stephen King adaptations.
Adaptations.
Yeah, like movies that were made from Stephen King books.
Oh yeah, right. And I
Yeah.
was thinking about Stephen King too.
Yeah. Now,
But
not all of those would necessarily end up being horror films, though.
right, exactly. So I would rather do one of Stephen King that wasn't horror movies.
Okay. Well, then that would narrow it down by quite a bit because most of them are horror, I think.
Well, yeah, to some, but we already did at least one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, two of them.
Right. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, the main one, of course, and then its sequel.
Yeah.
So we've at least done two of those already.
Right. Interesting. Hmm. So, what were the other categories you were thinking? Slasher or thrillers,
Yeah,
I guess, are kind of different.
slasher, uh, then ghost movies.
Ghost movies. Yeah.
Yeah, and then maybe kid movies if we had 3 weeks.
Let's start with ghost movies and go from there, because
Okay.
that's an interesting one. Because that
Yeah,
can be a little bit of different sort of styles within that
yeah,
genre.
exactly.
Okay, I like that. All right.
All right.
Well,
You want to do that, or you really want to do the Murray movies?
we can wait on Bill Murray. We got plenty of time for that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he has a new movie coming out in a few weeks that looks like it might be
Oh, in a
pretty
few
good.
weeks. So then, yeah, we can wait on Murray.
Yeah. All right, let's start on Ghost and then see if we start getting tired of the horror stuff as we go. But yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Very cool. All right. Yeah, I've got some in mind already.
Yeah, I know.
All right. All right, cool, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like this. We've got a lot more top fives out there. That was our 20th episode, by the way. So we're going to blow on past it and do a lot more good stuff. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode. And I'll see you next time. Love you.
Love you too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.